Okay, traditional metal die cast and a resin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, let's go grab some.
Yep.
Right, okay, so we are back here. We have a selection of 1/18 scale cars. Some are die cast and some are so-called resin. There's a huge difference between the die cast models and resin models. Okay, so here we have three models. First one here is a die cast model of an Holden EH Special. And then we move to the Italian Lancia Delta Integrale rally car from the 80s.
Yes.
And that one there is a Lamborghini Hurricane Evo Spider.
Yes.
So, Vijay, what do you know about the differences between die-cast models and resin models?
Okay, well, it's mainly the manufacturing process. So, I guess it's traditional. Die-cast models are made of metal, so they're a die-cast aluminium alloy. Now, the alloy allows it to be a bit stronger, meaning it can have a lot of opening panels. So, hence you can see the bonnet's open. The doors will also open, and the boot, like so. Now, that's mainly because of the metal, but because of the opening, I guess doors and different hatches and such, the details aren't as crisp as, say, these resin cast ones. So basically what happens is you've got a mold, which might be a multi-piece. Aluminium is injected into it and it'll fill it, but because aluminium, when it's very thin, won't have a lot of strength, everything sort of gets rounded off a bit. So they still look very nice, but you will notice that, you know, the thicknesses of some of the panels and some of the detail will be a bit rounded compared to the crispness that you see on the resin models. Downside of resin, of course, is because it's got the sharper detail, it doesn't have the strength to have the opening components. So you'll see around here with the bonnet, so the lines between the panels are much more scale looking. So in a photo, it'll probably look more realistic than, say, if you're looking at the photo of one of these die-cast metal. So you see the gaps are much bigger.
Are much bigger over
yeah,
here.
yeah. Now, with die-cast molds as well, because they're making a huge mold, they're going to make a lot of these. So they'll probably make a few hundred to a few thousand examples, and they'll be able to keep the price lower. Whereas with resin cast, because the mold is actually soft, it's made of a silicon, and the silicon actually gets all these fine details. That's why the silicon is used. Because it's a soft mold, they can't make as many. So you'll find that the resin cast ones would be lower number, so they're much more collectible.
Absolutely. So there's lots of more assembling required as well, lots of more manual work, I believe.
Yes.
In adding small details like antennas and interiors as well. I believe the racing cars such as this one, you can see they've got seat belts and they've got the spare wheel inside. There's a huge amount of detail on the interiors as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Which makes a big difference in the finished result.
Yes. So, you know, just with all of the much finer details, and don't know if you can really see much of the interior there from the angle, but because of the soft moldings, the soft molding can actually go underneath and reproduce every fine texture. And because the resin is much more fragile as well, they're all hand built very, very carefully. So hence each model takes a long time to build as well.
Another benefit of doing resin models, I believe, is you can have inserts of different materials, so you can detail part in, for example, carbon fiber for some of the racing cars. Rather than possibly leather or fabric. So for example, the seat belt in the Delta here are fabric, so very nice detail as well. One other opportunity when you do resin models is to do many different colors and even customized colors. So often these models are produced in very limited quantities, can be down to even less than 10 sometimes. Most of these, I believe, they are in the 25 to 50 of each particular color. So there's opportunity, I believe, with this brand called Erma Collection to have your model made to your specifications, so they can put specific wheels and different colors for the interiors and so forth. So huge possibility of having your dream car.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you tried to customize one of these, which a lot of people have asked before, it needs to be fully dismantled, which is a lot more work. So definitely helps if the factory
Absolutely.
can do something in a low production, especially with this sort of finish as well.
Once again, if you have any more information about these cars, if you want to add anything that we missed, please feel free to comment in the section below. And if you would like to review anything in particular, please feel free to ask questions under the Ask Hearns section. We will do a specific review, answer any of the questions that you may have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for watching this Ask Hearns today, and see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.